Early voting begins today for the election that will decide if Mayor Tim Keller stays or if someone new will take over.
You'll also be asked to give hundreds of millions to APS Parks and Public Safety. Tonight, Target 7 looks into what exactly you're going to be paying for. Here's Jason.
Yeah, that's right, Doug and Shelley. Take a look at this sample ballot behind me here. If you look past the mayoral and city council candidates, you'll see a list of what's called general obligation bonds. They're used to finance many projects across the city. However, experts have mixed views on how they could impact your wallet if you vote yes.
Most local government and main elections, the big congressional ones and presidential ones, they all have some kind of bonds on them.
Paul Gessing is the president of the Rio Grande Foundation, a taxpayer watchdog group. He describes a general obligation bond as a loan paid for over time, similar to a mortgage. However, it's paid with people's property taxes.
Bonds are generally for capital outlays. So when there's road construction or a new civic center or a new building, there's going to be a bond for a lot of that.
According to a sample ballot obtained by Target 7, there are 12 general obligation bonds this election cycle, totaling over $500 million. They include funding for things like city buildings, parks, and law enforcement. However, one bond priced at $350 million would go to Albuquerque Public Schools for completion of ongoing projects, renovations, air conditioning, and security upgrades. It's the most expensive bond on the ballot.
Hello, this is an important message from Albuquerque Public Schools.
Many APS parents got a call like this from their school, encouraging them to support the bond. This is Sandia High School Principal Camille Gonzalez.
If approved, this bond would provide $350 million for several projects throughout the district. Approval of the bond will not increase taxes.
It entails several very crucial things.
Kazito Wajenje is the executive director for Albuquerque Public Schools Capital Master Plan. He says many of the projects being funded by this bond were already approved by voters in 2021, but various roadblocks have led them to not being completed.
14 have been stalled because of major escalations in construction and building costs and inflation over the last 4 years.
There's some things that I think are worthwhile on the APS bond, and there's other things that I think are highly questionable with the bond.
The price tag raises eyebrows for Gessing.
It's a very large bond. We know APS is a very large district, but we also have real concerns about just long-term sustainability at APS.
Data obtained by Target 7 shows enrollment has decreased by nearly 25% over the last decade. Gessing doesn't see that trend reversing.
We're not expecting a sudden influx of families and students coming into the Albuquerque Public Schools district that would move the needle in a different direction.
I'm sure that that's raising some eyebrows.
Starlyn Brown is the president of the Central New Mexico League of Women Voters. Her group is focused on voter education for the central part of the state, including Albuquerque. She argues that despite the price tag, investment is needed in APS to continue growing the community.
Education's important, and not everyone can afford to go to some of the private schools.
APS promises that voting yes for the bond will not impact your taxes in any way. However, if the bond passes, Gessing says property taxes have no chance to decrease as property values increase.
If Albuquerque voters overturn this, they would see a decline in their property taxes.
Brown argues that the average Albuquerque taxpayer would see little benefit from it.
It's very, very slight, and most people probably wouldn't even notice it.
Now, once again, early voting is now open until October 17th at the County Clerk's Annex. Other locations are open starting the 18th up until November 1st. For Target 7, I'm Jason McNabb.
Do you have questions about the upcoming election? If so, you're not alone. To help, we put together a handy guide, including a sample of this year's ballot that you can download. That's on both KOAT.com and our app.